welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and turn on your post bell notifications. So we're gonna get right into it. You read the title, so you know what we're gonna be talking about. This is a story time about how my parents found out that one of my friends' dad was a neighborhood pharmaceutical rep. If you know, if you don't get what I'm trying to say, maybe you're too young to be watching my videos. I don't know. Ask somebody in the comments, but I'm not gonna say it because I can't, because YouTube. Okay, so for the sake of this video, we are gonna call my old friends T and Z, because that's what their names started with. I don't feel like thinking of no fake names, please. It's just too much. Okay, so little backstory. Me and Z became friends in middle school, like my 6th grade year. I remember I was like so nervous to be in middle school because, like, I don't know if this is like this with every city, but my hometown, we have like 3 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. So everybody from all the elementary schools was coming together. So it's like people from my old school and then people from schools that like I never been to before. So I was like really nervous. I remember like 6th grade, that was when I was still like a little chubby a little bit. So I was like really insecure. Like I was not confident at all. Like I was just very timid, very scared. Like I was real reserved. Like I didn't talk much. Like it's nothing like how I am now. Like I was super duper introverted like back then. So I remember like it was like the first week of school, and I don't know, we was like sitting outside of the library for something, and she came and sat next to me. We just started talking, and I remember she had pulled out a cell phone. Like she had a flip phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, like you got a cell phone? Like I wish my mom would give me a cell phone. So like then she like gave me her number, and I used to like talk on the house phone, so I would call her, and like yeah, we just became like the best of friends. So fast forward like some years later, now we in high school. Also, Z has a cousin named T, and I'm not gonna say she was weird. It was just given like, do y'all have like a cousin or like a family member or something that you like real close with, and that's like your best friend? Like for instance, my sister cousin Ashley, that's like my best friend. That was like my best friend growing up. Even though she's like years older than me, like I don't have like a biological older sister, so like we was like this. So I would feel some type of way if another girl who's not related to us came into the picture and like low-key tried to like replace me, even though I wasn't trying to do that with Z and T. But I think that's just how T felt. So in response to that, she just used to always like try to invite herself to everything that like we would do. Like for instance, like if I wanted Z to come over, sleep over at my house, T would invite herself. If I wanted to go over to Z house, sleep over, T would be like, oh, I'm coming too, you know, because like they was real close before like I came into the picture. And it's like, that's your cousin. Like I'm not trying to replace your cousin, we just best friends. So I said all that to say, okay, so before I even like could go over to Z house, like spend time with her like outside of school and nothing, my parents, and this was back when my parents was still married, y'all, they was not divorced at this time. What was I finna say? My parents just had this thing where like they don't like let me just go anywhere. They didn't just let me go anywhere. Like they had to like really like fill out the parents, like see what type of vibe it was giving, which is so crazy how this happened, because I know the type of parents that they were. Like they would never just let me like go anywhere. Like if anything, they would rather my friends come over to the house and not me go over to somebody else's house, because you know people are crazy, and like rightfully so. Like anyways, so I remember the first time I had went to Z house, we was going to pick her up because we was going to go to Sand Hills and like the movies and like some shit like that. And we pulled up, she just gave me like a general area, and she just told me like what her house looked like, right? And I'm not trying to offend nobody with this next part that I'm about to say. I'm just telling y'all what the real is. I was raised like a certain way, and I don't think I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. And I've had friends from all over, like any level. Like I don't think I'm better than the next person, I swear I don't. I'm just telling y'all like how my brain was operating when I was like what, like 11, 12 years old. So she gave me like a general area of like where she stayed at, and it was like a trailer park. And there's nothing wrong with living in a trailer. I'm telling you, it's nothing wrong with living in a trailer. The only other trailer that I have ever been in my whole life is like my dad's side of the family, like a part of North Carolina. My grandma has like a trailer, like a double wide or like triple wide trailer, but her trailer more so looked like a house. Z's trailer looked like a trailer. I don't know if that makes sense to somebody. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to offend nobody. But we pulled up and it was given, like, she told me like the color, like the car that was in like the driveway or whatever, not even the driveway, like the car that was just like in front or whatever. And I was like, I think this is it. But like, I'm like, she told me like she lived in a house, like she said like my house. I'm like, this can't be. And I could not like accept the fact that like she lived here. Like my mom was like, no, I think this is the right place. So I'm like, I don't know. So I was like, should I go get out and like go knock? Because like I'm texting her off my mama's phone and she not responding. So I'm just like, I feel like we went to like the wrong place, like the wrong area, because she not even responding or nothing, like she not answering the phone. So we give it like a couple minutes and here comes Z walking out of the house. She had like a Walmart bag. She didn't even have like no book bag or nothing, which is nothing wrong with this stuff, y'all. Like, and I don't want y'all to think like Z was like poor or like just, she was not like that. She was, it's just like we were raised like different. That's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand. And it was kind of like I'm kind of glad that like I was exposed to this at such an early age, because growing up I did think that everybody's lives looked like mine. I did think that everybody's houses looked like mine, and everybody's parents got good jobs, and everybody's parents like could give them like, you know, all the things that they want and allowance and all of these gifts. And you know, like I pretty much got anything that I wanted growing up, and little old me, kid me, thought everybody else lived like that. So it was kind of just like a culture shock, and it kind of like humbled me in a way, because I'm just like, dang, like my best friend, like I didn't even know like she was living like this. Not saying it was anything wrong, it was just different. So and before that, like when my mom like found out like where she lived, it wasn't in like the best area. But what saved it was because, like I said, my hometown is so small. It's just like, little side note, my hometown, bro, like if you get stuck there, you get stuck there, and it's generations of people. So say like your great grandma came to my hometown and she got married, started a family, then had your great grandma, and then your grandma, and then your mom. It's like like I went to the same high school that my mom went to. My mama went to, like, I think her high school was like my grandma's middle school. Like it's just like, you know, like it just keep building it. And I was like, I don't want to get stuck in this cycle. So my mama knew her mama, like they went to school together. So that was really like the only thing that really like saved it for real, because she already knew her mama, she knew of her, she knew she was a good lady and all that type of stuff. Like it don't matter like the living conditions, like she knows who she is like as an individual, right? Like if I put my child in your care, like I know, you know, you would treat her like your own. So that makes me feel comfortable. So what was I finna say? Oh, if my mama did not know who Z's mama was, she was like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable like with you being over here. Like if anything, if you want to hang out with Z outside of school, she gonna have to come to the house, or I'm gonna have to come get her, and y'all gonna go to like a neutral location, like you're not coming over here. But she knew her mama, so it was cool. Okay, so boom. So like I said, me and Z would start hanging out. We would have sleepovers. It would more so be at my house, but one time I did go to Z's house, and of course T invited herself, and everything was cool. Like she lived with her, like her grandma and her mom, and then she had a sister. Her sister had a nephew. It was just cool. Like I just like being over there. Like I don't know, like I don't want to like say too much and like somebody get like offended, because y'all will find anything that I say to get offended. Like I can literally be like, my big toe itch, and somebody will find something negative. Like y'all just, okay, not y'all, like the people who actually love me. It's just like somebody will click on my video and just find something negative, like whatever. Okay, so fast forward like some years. Now me, Z, and T, like we like three musketeers, but really like Z is like my best friend, and that's just my best friend cousin, and she always just be around. Okay, so I remember I will never forget this, bro. I will never ever forget this. Okay, so spring break had came up, right? And I knew that T was gonna be at Z house for like the whole spring break, and I was like, I want to be with my best friend too. Like they gonna be having so much fun. Like I want to be over there too. So like I said, my parents was real picky about like what I can and can't do, where I can and can't go, right? So I remember I had just brought it up to my mama because I knew like Z was gonna be over there like literally the whole spring break. And like I said, I wanted to be outside too. Like I want to be over there. And I knew, like, I already knew, like, T had, like, a younger mama. And she had, like, T had, like, a younger brother, too. But T mama had them, like, super young. Like, I can't remember, like, how old specifically, like, her mom was. But I knew she was, like, way younger than my mama. And I knew, like, I kept this, like, little secret. Like, I knew her mama, like, used to let them, like, pretty much do whatever they wanted to do, right? I didn't know the full, like, dynamic of what I'm finna tell y'all, though. Okay, so it was spring break. And I remember Z was telling me, like, yeah, I'm gonna be over at T house, like, see if you could come. And I was like, girl, you already know how my mama is. So she was like, okay, we're gonna come up with this plan, y'all. I would never forget this. Okay, so we was at my house, all three of us was at my house, and we came up with this whole plan. Like, we had like a PowerPoint presentation of why Lauren should be able to go spend spring break at T's house, right? Like a whole, like, this is like, I'm not gonna say I lied because, like I said, I didn't know like the full scope of like everything that was going on. T more so lied because, like, you knew what your stepdaddy did. I don't know your stepdaddy. I've never met him before, but the way she was kicking it to me, like, it's gonna all be good. Like, we didn't tell her as in my mama, like, oh, my mama let me do like whatever I want, like da da da. Like, we just came up with this whole PowerPoint presentation, like, we're gonna be in bed at a certain time, and like my mom doesn't let me talk to boys on the phone. And I feel like that's like dragging a little bit because, like, my parents know I be talking to little nappy headed boys on the house phone. Like, it's okay, girl. Oh, and at this point I did have a cell phone. So we just made this whole presentation. We presented it to my parents, right? Boom. We did all of that just for them to be like, I'll think about it. I'm like, girl, we are like on crunch time. Like, spring break at this point is like next week. Like, it's probably like Wednesday or something. Like, I need to know so I can like prepare myself, like get cute. Which, how cute could you get at however old I was, like 14 or something like that? I can't remember. But like, I'm just like, girl. So I remember like the rest of that week, I was kind of like pressing her, like, so hey ma, so did you like think of an answer? Like, did you make up your mind yet? And my mom used to be like, girl, don't do that because then the answer gonna be no. So boom, some days go by and her and my daddy like sit me down and she's like, the only way that you're gonna be able to go over there is if, basically, like, she wanted T mama to come to the house and like they was like gonna interview her. Literally, y'all, I'm not making this up. And like back then I used to think like, y'all doing too much, like y'all really like doing too much, you're embarrassing me, like who finna like interview somebody's parent? But knowing like what I know now and being an adult, you can never be too cautious about sending your kids. Like, my kids will probably never be at your kid's house. I don't know, it's like no offense to you, but you just to hear like too many crazy stories. Like, we're not even gonna get into that. It's just like y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, back then, like, you don't understand like why your parents parent you the way that they do until you like become an adult, and then you finally see like, oh shit, like, yeah, I was tweaking. So she was like, yeah, the only way you're gonna be able to go is if her mama come over here and we talk to her like face to face, like ask her questions. So I was like, okay, so boom, go to school, tell T, yeah, it's a go, but your mama got to come over so my parents can talk to her. So she was like, okay, bet, like that's no problem. Okay, so boom, T mama comes to my house, right? I don't know if like T just told her like play along because like I really want Lauren to come over. I don't know if this is how she really did. She really did show up like she was coming to like a job interview. Like, she had on like a button up, like some slacks, like she had on like a little kitten heel. Like, it was just giving very much like, I'm here for my 9 o'clock slot interview with the CEO of the company, baby. You didn't have to do all of that. And I feel like that was like, I feel like my parents was gonna say no because like, you're being fake, you don't dress like that, like stop, like you got tattoos on your face, like cut it out. So boom, she come over. I remember she was talking to my parents. We sitting in the den, she talking to my parents, we just sitting there like looking like, they asking stuff like, oh, like where do you live, if I let her come, like I'm gonna need your phone number, who do you live with, like how many kids you got, like I'm gonna need your license plate number, like just all of it. Like, let me take a picture of your ID, your social security number, like all of it. Let me see your birth certificate, what's your mom and them name, who her people is, like, and 9 times out of 10, like, my parents probably already knew. Well, my mama more so, because my mama is actually from my hometown. My daddy just moved there. You probably like already like know her people or whatever. That's what really like be saving me, because like my mama or my granny, like somebody knows somebody. Like everybody knows everybody where I'm from. So it's not like, oh, I know somebody's grandma or somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? So they was talking, and I remember we was just sitting there, and then my parents was like, okay girls, like go outside or something so like we can like talk to her, because I feel like y'all like doing too much or whatever. So I'm like, fuck, like they gonna say no, bro. Like I'm outside stressing, like I'm sweating, I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like, bro, they're gonna say no, they're gonna say no. So they're like, just chill, like no, they're not gonna say no. Like I really feel like it's gonna be a go. So boom, we probably outside for like 5-10 minutes. Her mama come outside, and then she was gonna take them back with her, and then I was gonna come like when spring break started or whatever. So, you know, her mom saying bye to me or whatever, and then she was like, I'm gonna see you like in a couple days. So I was like, what? So she's like, yeah, like you good, like I'm gonna see you in a couple days. So I ran in the house, I hugged my mom. I was like, oh my gosh, you gonna let me go? You gonna let me go? I'm a geek, right? Okay, so boom. Fast forward. Now this is where stuff starts to go downhill. Literally, I don't even know what was going on, y'all. So boom. Fast forward to the very first day of spring break. Mind you, I'm staying the whole entire week from like Monday to Sunday. So I get over there. My parents dropped me off. Both of them dropped me off. You know, met her mom at the door, and at this time her stepdaddy was home. We gonna call the stepdaddy. We don't gotta give him no name. We just gonna keep saying stepdaddy. Stepdaddy was there, shook my daddy's hand. Everything was cool, right? They played this shit so smooth. I don't even know why though. Like that's actually kind of scary to think about, because like you knew who you were and like what you did, and like you trying to put on this front just because your daughter want a little girl to come over to the house. But whatever. So boom, my parents leave. My mom was like, when I call that phone, you better make sure you answer. I'm not playing with you. If you start to act funny, I'm coming to get you. Woo-doo-doo-doo. Okay girl, move, go ahead. Okay, bet. So now we chilling. Everything going good at first. Like the first few days, everything going good. We staying up late. We used to be watching, what's the little thing that used to go on at BET, on BET? Was it called like Spring Fling or something? You know, like when they go to the beach, like all the college kids, we was watching that. We was on the phone talking to boys. We staying up late. We eating snacks. Like just having a grand old time, right? Boom. So let's go to like probably like day 3, maybe day 4, right? I wake up out of my slumber to like this very strong like smell. And mind you, I had never been like exposed to like any type of like or nothing, no pews, no nothing. And mind you, this was when I was young. So BJ is only, and if you don't know who BJ is my brother. And y'all know the type of lifestyle that he lived. BJ's only a couple years older than me. He didn't start getting into like stuff like that until like probably like his senior year of high school. So that would make me what, like a sophomore in high school. Mind you, I'm probably like in the 8th grade or something, maybe the 9th grade at this point. So I woke up to like this really strong smell, like really strong aroma smell. And if you've ever been around like tree before, and you be around people that's like breaking down tree, it has a very strong smell, like a very, very strong smell. And then especially like if you sit next to somebody who just like burned it, like it's really strong, right? So I woke up and I was like, what is that smell? Like I ain't never smelled nothing like that before in my life. So I remember we was all sleeping in like this big queen size bed, and I was in the middle. So I sat up and I'm like looking, so I shook T, and then Z woke up, so we all just in there, and I'm like, bro, what's that smell? So then they had just looked at each other, and they was like, just go back to sleep, like you tripping, like just go back to sleep. My stupid ass just went back to sleep, right? But noted, like what was that smell? So then we woke up in the morning, like actual like daytime outside, and I was like, was I tripping last night? Like was I dreaming? Like y'all didn't smell that? And they was like, no, like I ain't smell nothing. Mind you, like I said, they knew what I was talking about because they looked at each other, and it was like, just go back to sleep. So y'all knew what was going on, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, so boom. The next day we go out, like her mama dropped us off to like the skating rink and like some more shit. Like we just out the whole day. So when her mama come back to pick us up, she was like, okay y'all, we finna go back to the house, like y'all know the drill, like walk in, look down, just go straight back to the room. I'm like, walk in the house and look down, like what am I, online? Like what do you mean look down? Like, oh, when I was online you have to like look up, not look. Anyway, She is like, walk in, look down, and don't say nothing, like just go straight back to the room. So they was like, okay, like yeah, bet, like we know. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is y'all talking about? Like, what type of freak shit y'all got going on? So boom, we get to the house. I should have just listened to that lady when she said walk in and look down. Y'all, whenever we walk back into this house, when I say it was ninjas on top of ninjas on top of ninjas in there breaking down stuff. Pick up what I'm putting down. I cannot say too much, but if you know, you know. They in there breaking down stuff, packing up stuff, weighing stuff. You know what I'm trying to say. And no, I'm not talking about like the hard stuff, the green stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But then like when we walked in, it was that smell again. So I was like, bro, I know I'm not tripping. I knew I was not tripping, but it was very much giving like operation. And her stepdaddy was just standing like over the guys who was like at the table. They playing music. The house all smoked out. It made me very, very, very uncomfortable. Now, some of y'all might have been like, okay, Lauren, that ain't none of your business. Like, you're not getting harmed. You're not in danger. No, nothing. Mind you, like I said, the type of lifestyle that I live, like the type of parents and the type of life that I have, I was not exposed to nothing of the sort. So my immediate reaction was to be scared and I'm worried. So I texted my mom and I told her, like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what to do. And she immediately called me because, like, I don't know like what was going on in her head, like, you uncomfortable, like what that means. So she called me and I couldn't like answer for real because I texted her like immediately when we got in the room, and I feel like that was gonna give like too much, like they gonna know like I probably like said something to her. So I was like, just text me because I'm in the room with T and Z and I don't want them to know like I said anything. So she was like, no, you need to call me like right now. I was like, Ma, I can't, just text me, just text me. So she said, what do you mean you're uncomfortable? So I basically was telling her like, it's like I knew what it was, y'all. Like I know what it is. I know what it looked like. I just never been around it like in real life. So I texted her and I said like, it's trees in the house and T's stepdaddy, you know, like, and it's just making me like uncomfortable. When I said that, all hell broke loose, y'all. All hell broke loose. Mind you, my daddy don't like, I don't mess with him like that now in my life, but in this moment I appreciated this because this is one of the rare moments where I did feel like protected and loved, and I actually did feel like that's my daddy, he my protector for real. I only felt like that one other time my whole life. I'm 28 years old. But anyways, so I just remember she just texted me back. She said, on my way right now. And then I hear T mama phone ringing and she didn't answer, and then she came in the room and she was like, y'all good? Like, your mama calling me, like, you okay? And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm good. Like, I don't know, like I was trying to like play dumb, like I don't know why she calling you, like yeah, I'm good. So she was like, okay, like I'll call her back like in a few or whatever, but like you straight, like you good, like what y'all need something, y'all need something to drink, you need some snacks, like I'll bring it to you. She did not want us to leave that room. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I'm just sitting there like looking at T and Z. They acting normal, like they've been around this, like it's nothing to them, and I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, what do you mean y'all around trees and all of it? Like, I'm freaking out. So boom, some time done went by, and mind you, I don't stay close to T, so it's like opposite ends of town or whatever. So it was gonna take my parents like a cool like 30 something minutes to get to me. Mind you, a little side note, preface I should say, about my father. He is a hunter, okay? He owns plenty pew-pews. Just do what you want with that information. I grew up around pew-pews, like hunting and personal. He got all types of everything. So yeah, so all I remember is I seen headlights, because the room that we were staying in was, which was T old grandma room, it was in the front of the house. All I see is like my daddy had his high beams on, okay? He doing the dash coming straight towards the house. I damn near thought he was gonna run into the house. So all I remember is I'm sitting there, so we see the headlights, and I already knew that was my parents. Like, I already knew. They go to the window like TNZ, they looking, they was like, that's your mama? That's your daddy truck outside? Like, what's going on? So I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Just lying. All I remember is my daddy got out the truck. He had his pew in his hand. My daddy was ready to go down to jail, to hell, whatever. He had his pew in his hand, and all I remember him saying is, he was like,
tell that ninja to come outside right now, right now, right now.
So my mama just standing there, and Mama go outside, and of course you hear like this voice, a man voice. So of course her stepdaddy and then like all the ninjas, they rush to the door. They don't know what's going on. They probably think they finna get robbed. Somebody finna come up here, take the product, whatever. So my daddy has pew in his hand. Mind you, it's like a cool 10-12 guys up in this house. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was a lot of men. My daddy didn't care about none of that. So he had his pew in his hand, and Mama was like, whoa, like what's going on? Like, why you got that out? Like, what's going on? So of course when stepdaddy seen my daddy had his shit in his hand, he get the clutching on his shit, and my daddy was like,
I wish you would. I wish you would. Pull it out. I wish you would. I'm faster than that. I wish you would. Like,
I wish you would. I wish you would do it. I wish you would do it. So then my mama was talking to Mama, and she was like, I trusted you with my child. I knew it. Like, as soon as we dropped her off, I had this funny feeling, but I thought I was doing too much. But I knew it. I knew something was off. You was too nice. You dressed up. You was doing too much. Like, I knew it. I knew it was an act. So Mama's acting like she doesn't know what's going on, because Mama don't know that I done texted my mama and told her, like, it's guns. It's stuff in the house. So my daddy was like, with my baby girl, with my daughter in the house, what would you have done if they would have raided your shit? What would you have done? My daughter's in the house. So stepdaddy just standing there. He still got his hand on it. My daddy was like, do it. So then the other ninjas who, you know what I'm saying, do it. He's saying, do it. I wish one of y'all would. Jump stupid. I wish one of y'all would do it. I promise you. All this shit will be laid out. Stop playing with me. He didn't say that, but like, that's what I got from like, do it. It'll be bodies on bodies laid out on the ground. Stop fucking playing with me. So my daddy called me Lex, because that's my middle name, Alexis. So he was like, Lex, come outside, get your stuff, come outside. So I'm just sitting there looking at T and Z, because they're so confused. They don't know what's going on. And I was like, y'all, I told my mama. So they was like, told your mama what? I was like, I told my mama that like it was Tree. They was like, why would you do that? So now they trying to like get an attitude with me. They get mad at me, and I'm just like, you have to understand, I don't know what type of hood lifestyle y'all live, bitch. I'm from the suburbs. I play police games. I don't even get down like that. I don't know nothing about that. So yes, I texted my mom because I was uncomfortable. So I didn't really have time to like go back and forth with them. They just was like looking at me like, you're weird, like why would you do that? And I'm just looking at them like, y'all are weird for like not telling me this was going on. But then it probably was just like, well, you was so pressed to come over here. Like, I knew if I would have told you that, like, you damn sure wasn't gonna want to come, and your mama definitely wasn't gonna let you. So I get my little stuff, I pack up my little bag. My daddy's still outside yelling. My mama damn near my mama actually was crying. That's where I get it from. My mama will cry at the drop of a dime. I hate seeing my mama cry. I hate it. She on some like, you know, anything could have happened. It's men in this house, you know, like, it's just, I don't even want to like think about what possibly could have happened. And I'm not saying like that was anybody's like intent, and it probably wasn't. Like, nobody was thinking like, oh, it's 3 minor girls in this back room, let me go like do something. But it's just like the principle. Like, if you knew that's the type of lifestyle that you live, somebody rightfully can say, no, I don't want my daughter around this, I don't want my child around this. It's nothing against you. If that's what you want to do it at your own will, what your own risk, whatever. But like, if I don't want my child around this, my child is not going to be around this. So I remember I walked out of the house. I had my little duffel bag, and I'm just looking. I had to walk past T Mama and T Stepdaddy, and I just went and I got in the truck, and they was just like basically like outside like arguing. Like all the adults was arguing. My mama, I mean T Mama was just like, you need to like lower your voice, stop yelling. My daddy was like, you not gonna tell me nothing about no stop yelling, and you got tree and some more, I don't even know, like everything, like I don't even know what's up in this house for real. Like if you got tree, you could possibly have da da da, and if you got that, then you could possibly have blah blah blah, and it's like all of this, you got weapons and some more shit, like you got weapons and some more shit, like you could have anything in this house. Don't tell me to calm down behind my child. No. So I just remember like my daddy had his thing in his hand, not his thing, like his pew pew in his hand the whole time. And see stepdaddy never like pulled his out or nothing like that, but my daddy just kept saying like any like sudden movement, he was like, do it, do it, do it. So my mama like got in the truck, she crying. I'm just sitting there, y'all. I don't know like whether I should be scared, whether I should be sad, whether I should be mad, whether I should be confused, worried, because like am I still gonna have best friends after this? Like it was just like I was literally just sitting there like mute. I was just looking out the window, like looking through the windshield, like looking at my daddy. So he was backing up, my daddy was backing up. He never turned his back towards the men, backed up, walked backwards like to the truck, and then he opened the door and he was like, she will never be back over here ever again. She will never be back over here. Y'all got me fucked up. So then he slammed the door, he put his pew pew down, and he like backed up like real fast, and then zoomed to the front of the neighborhood, and then he just pulled over and he put his car in park, his truck in park, and then he turned on the lights and he was like looking at me like, you okay, you okay, anybody did anything to you? And I was like, no, nobody did nothing to me. I was just telling y'all like I was uncomfortable, and I wasn't even telling y'all that because I wanted to leave. I was just telling you like I was more amazed than anything because I never been around nothing like that. Like yes, I was uncomfortable, but not because like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, I want to come home, I don't like it over here, because bitch, I'm having a blast. I was like uncomfortable, and like maybe uncomfortable was like the wrong word to use. Like maybe I should just been like, oh, it's some different stuff like going on over here. Maybe I just should not have said nothing at all. I don't know. Like tell me if you think like, what would you have done if you was me at that age? Like would you have told your parents? Like would you have texted your mama, or would you have just like vibed and just whatever, like let it be? But I don't know. Like I've never been around nothing like that before in my whole life. So like I don't know, it was just different for me. Like what do you mean y'all in there like breaking down trees and leaves and stuff, and we supposed to just walk in with our heads down and go straight to the room? Like I don't know, that was just weird to me. And then like another weird thing to me was like, remember I told y'all T had a younger brother. Her younger brother was just in there like in the living room, like around the daddy and the ninjas in there like breaking their stuff down, like literally like sitting like right next to the stuff. So I don't know, like people priorities and people like standards and morals and stuff, like they be like all messed up. Like I don't know, that was just weird to me. Okay, so boom, fast forward to like now we back in school. Surprisingly it was not weird between me and Z. I think because like Z knows like how I was raised. Like she been over to my house, she know my family at this point. Like she knows me and she knows her cousin, and she knows like two completely like different worlds. So it wasn't like awkward between me and Z. And like we actually like even like talked on the phone like later that night after I had left, and I was just like, yeah, like I wasn't telling her to like, you know, like come get me or nothing. She was like, yeah, I had to go home. T mama took me home because I guess like I don't know if T got in trouble, but like her mama definitely did like feel some type of way because like I said something. It's like, girl, okay, well you just gonna have to be mad. I don't know what to tell you. It was awkward between me and T after that, up until the point to where me and Z was not friends no more. Like it was very awkward. She wouldn't want to talk to me. If Z told her that she was coming over to my house, she wouldn't want to come no more. I think she came to my house like one more time after this happened. This was like months and months after. But it still was just like very like weird. I feel like she had like secret animosity towards me. Like she didn't fuck with me for real, and it was just on some shit like, oh well, if this my cousin's best friend, if I want to be around my cousin, then I'ma just have to deal with her because she gonna be around type shit. Like But yeah, so after that, I never went to nobody else's house for a while. The only other person, or only other, well, I'm lying, because remember I told y'all, Nye, Sparkle, and Mercedes, those was like my 3 very best friends in high school. Went to all of their houses, but at that point, my parents was divorced. I know how to make decisions, like if I'm ever in like a sticky situation or something, or I know some stuff is going on it's not supposed to be, I'm not gonna go, or I'm gonna dip. Like I knew how to use my discernment at that point, like when I started driving and stuff. Like, so I was okay to like go to different places, and my mom was just like, you know, like tell me where you at, tell me the address, keep your phone on type shit, but it's just not like check in, like, oh, we gotta like talk to that people. Like, no, it wasn't giving that. And I think it's because like this situation happened, so I was like very like cautious, because I've been in other situations like after that, like in high school, to where like, say one of my homegirls wanted me to like go to like a kickback or something like with her, and we pulled up and I just got like a really bad vibe, and I was just like, I don't want to stay, so I did. But yeah, so that was the time that I found out that my best friend daddy was a dealer and had the product all laid out on that. Like, I don't know. And you know something else that I be thinking, like, where do people be getting the money from to like get all of this stuff? Like, do you have like an investor or something? Like, do you have somebody like me that gives you like a grant? What you taking out a personal loan? Like, where do people be getting this money from? Because when I say it was a lot of stuff, it was a lot of stuff. And it's like, if you had all of that money to buy all of this stuff, and I'm not saying it was nothing wrong with their house, but it's just like, I would want my house to look like a little better than what it's looking. If I got access to all of this money, then I'm gonna go buy the stuff. Well, I wouldn't buy it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, priorities. Like, and I'm pretty sure like her mama like had like she had a truck. I can't remember like what type of SUV, but like the stepdaddy, like he had a car, but like it was always like breaking down and stuff. It's like, you got all of this product, you had to buy all of this product, but your car breaking down. How you the neighborhood tree man, but your car keep breaking down? Are you taking your wife's truck to go make drops? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense to me. I just wonder about a lot. And I've been exposed to like a lot of different things now, so like I kind of like understand like where people come from, even though like I'm a little different. But I know how to like meet people like where they are. Like, I don't think I'm better than you because my upbringing was different from yours. I don't think you're less than me because you don't have access to certain things that I do. Like, no, like I'm not judgmental. I don't try to make people feel small or feel bad about the things that they do or where they come from or nothing. It's just different, like, and that's the reality of it. Like, it's literally just different. So yeah, that was that. And then after me and Z stopped being friends, T had it out for me. I could turn that into like a story time. I probably would tell it like on live, because I don't think it's long enough to like, I already feel like I be dragging stuff out, but I would really be dragging that out like for a whole actual video. So if you want that story time about how she approached me at the Walmart one time and she tried to fight me, let me know and I can go live and I can tell that. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I love you, I appreciate you, but you already knew that. Before you click off, please like the video. Like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe. Hello, subscribe. We're trying to hit 20K before the year ends. Turn on post bell notifications. Go watch the vlog. Y'all wasn't fucking with the vlog. Y'all wasn't messing with the vlog. That's too bad, because I'm gonna keep vlogging. It really doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm gonna keep pushing out vlog content. Y'all pressured me and pressured me and pressured me all this time. I gave y'all an hour-long vlog. Hello? I'm gonna still push out the content. I don't care. Go like it. Go thumbs up it right now. I'm gonna put it at the end of the video. If you want to join a membership, the link to do it is in the description box of all my videos. You can click on that link. Did I say link? Link in the description box? Yeah, the link is in the description box of all my videos. Go click on that. You can join it just like that. That's extra content, and you also get early access to my regular videos. So they're gonna see this first and then y'all gonna see it. So I think that's all. I said a lot. I'm gonna see y'all next week for some brand new videos. Bye y'all.